Well, welcome back to the homestead. In today's episode, we're going to be working in the kitchen. And you can see behind me, we finally got our kitchen cabinets installed, and my wife and I absolutely love them. I don't think could have turned out any better. So I have to give a shout out to McLean's Cabinet Shop in Hot Springs, Arkansas. They're who came out and did the cabinets for us. The cabinets you see behind me, they built and installed and put the pulls and everything on them for $18,000. Now, not only did they build these cabinets that are in the kitchen, they also did all of the cabinets in my utility room, my master bathroom, and in my upstairs bathroom. And they did all of that, plus the hardware and the finishing, for $18,000. And before we contacted them, my wife and I had gone to Lowe's and we had kind of sketched out what we wanted in just the kitchen, and we sat down with Lowe's professional and we designed our cabinets with them using just a mid-level cabinet. And the price came out for pretty much the same kitchen, being about $25,000 or $26,000 from Lowe's. And that was not installing the cabinets, not doing any touch-up from scuffs during delivery and installation, and not drilling and mounting the hardware on them. So McLean's Cabinet Shop came in and they did all this for $18,000. The materials that are in these cabinets is a much higher grade. It's all plywood, quality stuff. And the stuff in Lowe's, you know, they'll say all plywood, but it's kind of a low grade plywood. And there's like plastic brackets in the corners and things like that. There's no plastic in these cabinets whatsoever. Everything is high quality and they are phenomenal. We absolutely love them. So if you're in the Hot Springs area and you're looking for somebody for cabinets for your house, I would highly recommend McLean's Cabinet Shop. Now, we've gotten all the cabinets installed, and in a week, the countertops are going to be here. So we picked out a granite countertop. Hopefully that'll show up in the camera for you there. But it's a kind of a speckled finish on it. And the countertops, like I said, are going to be here in about a week. So before they get here, I'm going to go ahead and install the double oven and rough the dishwasher in. I can't hook up the water and the drain on it, but I can rough them in. And then once the countertops get here, we've got a undermount sink, so it'll be already attached to the cabinet. And once they put the countertops in, then I can go ahead and hook the water and the water supply and the drain up for the dishwasher at that time. And then I've already got the refrigerator set in place, but I need to roll it out and hook up the water line for the ice maker on it. So that's what we're going to try and get knocked out today. And first thing I'm going to start on is the built-in oven. And I've already got power ran into that box, and I've got a junction box mounted into the back of the cabinet. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to take the power and terminate it into the junction box. Then we'll get a dolly and put the double oven on it and try and kind of shim that oven up until it's the approximate height as the bottom of the cabinet that we're going to slide it into. With the cabinet sitting in front of the oven sitting in front of the cabinet, there's a pigtail on the back of the oven that should be long enough to reach the junction box and go ahead and make the connection up without the oven being in place. So we'll make up the electrical connections, seal up the junction box, and then slide the oven into the cabinet and go ahead and attach it. So let's go ahead and get started on that and see if we can't get it knocked out. All right, so you can see the power is ran into this junction box now. The next thing I need to do is get the oven up on the dolly and get it over here in place, ready to slide into the cabinet. And then we can run the pigtail from the oven into the box. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, so I got the oven up onto the dolly and I've got it slid here in place. So I'm just gonna kind of roll it over close here. I'm gonna take the pigtail that's on the oven. I'm gonna pull it up into the box here and go ahead and make the connections up. All right, so I've got the pigtail and the power coming in, both terminated together in the box, and we're ready to slide the oven over and then slide it into the cabinet. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then we can try and mount it up permanent. All right, so once I slid it in, the only thing I had to do is put 2 little screws through this tab here on each side, and that's what secures it to the cabinet. And then there's a little piece of trim that goes right here for the exhaust vent at the bottom. But that does it for this oven install. So the next thing I want to try and do today is get the dishwasher put over there in place. Now, like I said, I can't finish the dishwasher today. I can rough the lines in, but I can't finish connecting the drain and the water today because I have to wait until the sink's in place. So let's go ahead and get started on that. All right, so unfortunately, I can't even really prep a lot of this for the dishwasher. I thought the dishwasher came with the electrical cord for it. It does not, and it does not come with the flexible line for the water supply. So I'm gonna have to run to the store and pick up some supplies for that. So rather than fooling with the dishwasher, I just went ahead and slid it into place where it's gonna be. And we're gonna see about sliding the refrigerator out and putting the water line on it for the ice maker. All right, so for the ice maker, I've just got a standard braided ice maker line with the compression fittings on it. And all I'm gonna do is just roll the refrigerator out of the little cubby there. I've got a shutoff valve mounted in the wall. I'm gonna connect one end of this line to that. And then I'm gonna go upstairs to the equipment room to the water manifold, and I'll turn the valve on that feeds the ice maker. And then I'll come back down here and I'll turn the valve on for the line behind the refrigerator. And that will allow the air to purge out of the line before I connect it to the refrigerator. So I'll just put one end of this into a 5-gallon bucket, turn the valve on, let the air and water come out of it. Once it's all water, I'll turn the valve back off, connect this back up to the ice maker, roll it back into place, and we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and give that a try. No. All right, so we've got the ice maker line connected to the wall, and I've turned the water on so the water line here is pressurized now. So what I'm going to do is try and ease the valve open here try and let the air out of the line so that there's not a lot of splatter. So hopefully that'll work. Alright, so now that I've got all the air out of the line, I'm going to go ahead and run some water through it. So if there was any trash in the line when we ran the water lines and crimped the fittings and all on, it'll go ahead and blow out now and it won't get into the mechanics of the refrigerator. So I'm just going to flow a little bit of water through the lines now. Alright, so now this should be ready to go ahead and connect to the refrigerator. Alright, so I've got the water line for the ice maker connected in back, and it's time to just roll it back into place, and then we can, if I can find a glass or something around here, we'll test the water in the front, see if the water dispenser is working, and make sure that the ice maker is turned on. So before I rolled it back into the cubby here, I turned the water on and I watched the line for a few minutes just to make sure there wasn't any drips or anything, and we didn't have any leaks. So I think we're good there. And then I used the control panel here to turn the ice maker on, and we've tested the water dispenser and it seems to be working now, and there's no air in the line there. So I think the refrigerator is good to go now. Probably in a few hours it'll start making ice. And the double oven is installed, and the only thing I wasn't able to finish as far as the appliances was the dishwasher. So I'll go to the hardware store tonight and pick up the rest of the supplies for that. And in the meantime, I've got some more work upstairs in the attic to do, but I'm not going to take the camera up there and film that. So I think that's going to do a wrap for today's video, and until next time, y'all just keep checking back.